Welcome back to another episode of Residual Earners. We're excited that you're with us. I am Presley, and this is
Reagan.
Reagan. And guys, we have a heck of a show lined up for you today. We're going to have a lot of fun, and anytime you join us, be ready. We're kind of wild and crazy with what we do. You never know what we're going to talk about, but we try to add value to your life. So, today, before we get going on our topic, Reagan just went to a conference in Las Vegas, nonetheless, and I wanted her to kind of tell us a little bit about what she might have learned.
Yeah, so it was really fun. You know, Vegas is fun, but it's fun to be able to. I just talked about this with Caleb actually because he was there. It's like fun to learn and network, but also have a little play at the same time. I've never been to a conference like that ever, so it was awesome. The one thing I want to mention that everybody was talking about. I went to these marketing sessions, and every single person that was either running ads or doing SEO were talking about AI. And it's funny because, well, this actually, the story I'm about to tell, it's not funny. But a lot of the Facebook campaigns I'm running right now are just not performing really well. So when leads aren't coming in from my clients, who are they calling? When their business starts to slow down, it's on me. The weight and the pressure is on me. So I have to constantly be monitoring, obviously, what I'm doing and figuring out if something happened. And before I went to this conference, I actually was dealing with a few of my campaigns getting affected. And I did some research why, and then I got confirmed or affirmed, I guess, at this conference that Meta rolled out some sort of update, and there were a few things that happened in the update. But one of the things that stood out is Meta is now going to start incorporating AI. They're going to start prioritizing. Just if you follow the trends, you'll know that Meta will start prioritizing AI-generated content. And
Prioritizing it.
Prioritize.
Oh my
was
God!
the word that they kept saying. So I thought that was interesting because.
So we need to really be getting into AI, is what you're saying.
Traditional advertising and traditional marketing is just eventually going to go out the window. Okay, I said it here first. Maybe I didn't say it first, but in this room, I'm saying it first. You need to be paying attention. If you're doing marketing or running your marketing yourself, you need to be paying attention to AI and how it's going to affect your campaigns. Because already, I do SEO, and in the SEO world, search engine optimization, ranking you on Google, AI is already a big part of that with something called generative search, GEO. And what we are doing with SEO can also influence GEO, which is generative search. It's AI search, which is becoming very popular. I saw this number that said only 18% of users search on Google now. 18%. Well, where are they searching? ChatGPT, TikTok, YouTube, Amazon. Amazon's a search engine for products. If you need a product, people are going to Amazon before they're just searching it in Google. If you need to learn about something, instead of going and finding a blog on Google, you're going to TikTok. If you need a how-to video on how to fix your sink, you're going to YouTube and you're going to TikTok. If you want to learn how to start your own company, you may go to TikTok or TikTok, or for more long-form videos. I don't know why I can't speak, guys. I'm still not recovered.
She's been in Vegas, guys. Okay.
Yeah. I just got back yesterday afternoon, so I'm recalibrating. You go to YouTube for long-form content. So the priority to search in Google is becoming less, although it's still important. People still search for local businesses around them. That's why I do SEO. I target local businesses because I understand that there's still a lot of opportunity for me there, but it's 18% now. So what that should tell you is where are people searching, okay? And then those platforms, how are they now prioritizing AI, and what do I need to do to stay on top of things? So yeah, that was one of the biggest things I took away from the conference is AI. It's inevitable. It's coming. It's here. it's being prioritized. And what do you need to do to run effective marketing campaigns? What pivots do you need to make? And also, if you're not running a marketing campaign and you're building your business, how can you start incorporating AI right now? That can also help you get ahead in your business. So that was the biggest thing. I honestly didn't think AI would be the biggest topic. I was like ready to roll my eyes if they started talking about it, because I love it and I know it's coming, but I'm like, everybody's going to try to sell this AI trick, and that well, AI is
All these
everything.
hacks, in other words.
Yeah, and but then I went there and I actually got humbled, because a lot of the information was kind of humbling me in my campaigns of like, I think I consider myself, I know what AI is, I know how to use it, I know whatever. And then they're like, boom, but are you using it like this? And I was like, oh no. Oh wow, I didn't know that I can literally use AI voice to send voice messages to potential prospects in an email. I didn't know that I can train AI to run my. I know that this is possible, but I didn't know that it was as easy as just setting up a campaign and prompting it and teaching it to run your entire email marketing for you.
Wow. You know, you might talk about that for just a minute, Reagan, because I bet people are interested in that, because that's a game changer.
Yeah. Yeah, so I knew that you could do this to a certain extent, but it was a little difficult. It may not be easy for a beginner to train AI to run your emails. But now there's like 3 to 5 different tools that you can use that are very user and beginner friendly. So someone like yourself, if you're building, whatever business you're building, let's say you have some contacts or some leads or some fallen off leads, you can actually nurture those leads and send emails and train your AI to send the emails for you. You can do cold reach out campaigns. You can get emails from LinkedIn. So for me, I want to get in front of certain types of business owners. I can get their emails from LinkedIn and use AI to do the cold outreach. I don't have to plan all of the emails. The AI will email for me and do it manually, which they already had. But the thing that's really cool is they're prompted to be a little bit more personal, and they'll send voice messages, which is crazy. So if I send a cold email to Joe Schmo with a plumbing company, I can send him an email that has a voice message that's from my AI bot, but he may not know is an AI bot. Let's say the name is Jessica, and Jessica's going, "Hey Presley, I saw that you owned a plumbing company. I work with them. I just wanted to reach out and offer you if any help if you need. We do audits, we do this, blah blah blah. If not, no worries, but you have my information." And it sounds like a real person.
Wow. That's pretty crazy where this is going. I
Yeah.
mean, can you imagine in another 2 or 3 years what'll be happening? That's
Oh
why
yeah.
we've got to get ahead of the curve.
I'll show you guys something. I'm going to try to make the audio work on here. But even if you have Chat GPT, so if I do the voice, I'll see if I could do it right. Maybe I can't do it right, guys. I'm having technical difficulties.
By the way, guys, if you haven't figured it out, Reagan's amazing at this stuff.
Thank you. I'm not. I'm trying to learn, but Presley thinks I'm amazing. Okay, so this is like the AI voice chat that you can chat with, and she's listening to me right now. So let's see if I can get her to respond. Listen to this response. Okay.
Talk on the microphone where they can hear you too.
Can you find me the best Mexican food restaurants near me?
If you're in Dallas, these spots are definitely worth checking out. Let me know if you need more details on any of these or if you want something a little different.
Can you tell me who are the top 3 YouTubers in the world?
So right now, Mr. Beast is leading the pack with his massive subscriber count and epic stunts. T-Series follows up with its huge library of music music and film content, and Cocomelon is still going strong with all those nursery rhymes.
Wow.
She doesn't sound like a robot.
No.
She sounds like somebody like one of my friends.
No, it sounds like she could be sitting right over there talking to us.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
So we don't need to get guests. We can just prop your phone up over there and start asking it questions, huh?
We can. We honestly could. She could be right there. I don't know what they call her. I need to name her, but I mean that just gives you guys an idea. If I hope the audio was good on here, but it gives you an idea. Like it doesn't sound like Siri. It sounds like a real person, which is pretty wild, and you can create that for your business.
You know, and for you guys listening, obviously there is a pretty wide age gap between Reagan and I. I have said for years that I'm just not very high tech. You know, and I teach myself and I teach everybody else to not play yourself down. And I've been saying I'm not high tech, which my brain picks up and it keeps telling me I'm not high tech, I'm not high tech. Well, I have started changing and I am done saying I'm not high tech anymore. I mean, I am going to start telling myself I am, because we've got to get into this. You know, I don't like AI a whole lot. I think it could have some ugly things down the road, but it's not going away, and it is crazy helpful. I mean, I've started, you know, I do lives, as some of you guys know, I do lives. Well, I just jump on AI and go, hey, give me 10 more topics I could talk about on my lives. And it goes, doot, 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 doot. Now I got 10 new topics I can talk about. And used to, I would have to do all that research myself. And now it's doing it for me and doing it in like 30 seconds, where that would take me hours to come up with some new topics. I mean, it's crazy, Reagan.
Just because you're scared of it doesn't mean it's going away. It's not going away. It's only getting stronger. And I know that's scary, but a lot of things are scary. You know, getting the first, you know, if you're older generation and this came out, this was probably scary. Why do I need that? I don't like all the buttons and is it tracking me? Is it this? Just because it's scary, it doesn't mean it's going away. It's going to keep growing. It's going to be integrated in a lot of the things that we do. So I totally respect the fact that anybody doesn't want to work with it. But if you're building a business or brand or trying to do content creation and social media or whatever you're trying to do, like
no options.
It's going to be a point. There's going to be a point where there is no option, and that's just how the cookie crumbles in this space. And if you're somebody who wants to build something, and you're going to utilize social media, especially, you got to not be afraid of it.
No, and say that again like you did a while ago. Facebook, I think it was Facebook you said, is prioritizing AI-created stuff.
That is what some Facebook experts said at this conference, who are people that have had a lot of success with Facebook. So, and then from what I've read with Meta updates is that they believe they will prioritize this AI creative. So I'm going to say something because I think people have the wrong idea about algorithms and, you know, what we should or shouldn't do and how you definitely know. I'm going to say something to everybody. No matter if you're running a Facebook campaign, you're an SEO specialist, you're running YouTube ads or whatever that you're doing, right? When there is an algorithm update, the way that experts find out how to adapt to that update is literally like throwing spaghetti on the wall and pivoting and making changes. And then they have all of this data that, you know, they've aggregated where they can then say, these are the things that we're seeing happen. At no point is there an update and then every expert just has it figured out immediately. We're constantly testing. We're constantly pivoting. So if you're somebody that has ran Facebook ads for years now and you desperately want to know, like, what do I have to do to make my campaigns perform better? What do I have to do with my SEO? Because and then there's an algorithm update that just happens. Well, the best places you could go to is go find the experts, go get yourself into communities. Some of them are private, but find a community of Facebook experts, find a community of SEO experts, integrate yourself in those communities and ask questions and look at other people's data. Go to Reddit. Anytime there's a Facebook issue, it's great to go to. There's a Facebook ads and Facebook general Reddit forum that you can go in and talk with other people. That's the best way that you're going to get data to know what to do next. So even when those experts said that Facebook is going to be prioritizing like AI ad creative, I went and did some research, and a few people were saying the same. So it all depends on what's happening in the space. So the best thing you could do is put yourself in these groups. There are groups for them, and put yourself in a position where you can ask questions from the experts.
You know, I'm actually excited about this new kind of transformation I'm having, and that is I'm enjoying learning all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's invigorating to me, and I think it's helping my brain stay sharp too, because I'm having to think about things I'd never thought about in my life.
You know what's funny? As I was getting off, I hopped on his TikTok live, and when I got off, I still played your live while I was getting ready, and you were saying all these incredible things. So thank you. But you were talking about stuff that I know that you had no idea what they were a few months ago. Now you talk about it like you know exactly. You could sell for me all day long because you talk about it with confidence, and the amount that you've even learned in these few months, the amount of I've learned is about running this podcast. Like, it's really crazy how much we've grown, but you know your stuff. Like, you could talk about AI, you know all the different tools. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. I've seen that within you.
Well, I mean, you know, and now I went from just using TikTok to using TikTok and YouTube, and we're going to keep adding platforms. And I mean, I know how to get them all going in the mornings, and you know, I know how to use AI. I mean, and you guys, if you're a little more mature like I am, you can teach an old dog new tricks. You can. And, you know, it's just all a mindset. And like I said, I used to say I was low tech. Well, I don't say that anymore. I mean, I'm going to be a high tech guy. I'm gonna learn all this stuff because I want to. I want to keep improving. I think for all of us, if you want more, you got to become more. And the one constant in life is change. And I mean, especially in you know, all the platforms and social media and AI and all, it's changing constantly. You know, used to change kind of happen slowly. In today's world, change happens. I mean, it's light speed, and it's not going to slow down. So I want to be in the middle of it. I want to be doing all that.
You know, it's funny. The proof to that, real quick before we move on, is my web developer. I showed him this tool, and I'm thinking he's a web developer, so of course he's going to know the best tools. But I found an AI tool that will create full stack websites. But this is the one I found out before the one that I like. And I sent him it, and I was like, "Have you seen this?" He's like, "Oh yeah, is it good?" I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I've seen that, but you should use this one. It's better. And I'm thinking that I found the best one. And he's like, yeah, but there's this one out now, and it's better. And I'm like, I'm still behind. And so even like that just proves that things are changing, because this tool that was that you're able to build full stack websites on, I thought I had the top tier like tool, and he was like, nope, they've created a better one. Try this. Then I was like, oh, okay, wow, there's more. And then now there's another one that's potentially coming out that is going to be even better. The cool thing about AI, guys, is it's brand new, and a lot of people are beta testing. So you want to pay attention. Some of the tools that you really like now may not be the tools that you need to use in 2 months from now. But if you're somebody that's interested in digital marketing and you want to sell digital marketing, you got to stay up to date with what the tools are. But that's also an opportunity for you to create something and sell it to someone. And then your selling factor is you know, we're using some of the best technology, and we're always updating and we're always adapting. That's something that I'm using in my business is, hey, we're not going to be traditional by any means. Like there's a certain aspect of marketing that's traditional, even SEO. There's traditional SEO, but we're thinking ahead. We want to give you the best advantages out there. And so the only way to do that is to know what's happening at all times with technology.
Well, a couple of thoughts. You know, used to, if an app came out, you knew it was good for 6 months to a year.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, nothing. It ain't gonna change in 6 months to a year. Now, an app can come out, and in 3 weeks, we've got updates and new apps. And I mean, it's like you're right. You feel like you found, hey, this is my answer, and you realize 3 weeks later, no, there's a better answer. And it happens so fast nowadays. How do you keep up with that, though, Reagan? I mean, how does the normal person, I mean, this is what you do, but how does the normal person like me keep up with stuff that's changing so fast?
I think the best way to do it is to constantly be learning and researching. To be honest, like I'm in some groups, like I talked about those groups. I'm in a Facebook group, an SEO group. I'm in a couple of school communities where there's some people in tech, and the best way to know like what's new and what's coming out is to be in these groups of people that are talking about it. That's I think the best way that you stay involved. So you need to find some of these groups, and there's some in school communities. We have a school community where I am invested into all the other things to tell you what's coming out. So if you don't want to have to go find out yourself and not sure where you're supposed to go, I talk about these things in the university. So, go to residualearnersuniversity.com, enter our school community. I share everything that I learn with the community. Truly, I don't want to hide anything. So, come into Residual Earners University, but the way that you stay updated with some of these different things is you need to be in a kind of a group or a community of people that are constantly talking about it.
And for somebody that's interested in the kind of stuff we're talking about today, our university is amazing, guys. ResidualEarnersUniversity.com. Go there, sign up, $29, but it'll be the best $29 you've spent. But understand this, every Tuesday night, Reagan does a Zoom called Digital Edge, where she's going over literally all this new stuff and everything that's happening, and she keeps you up to date on a weekly basis with all the new things that are coming out that she's talking about. To give you an example, it's been about 3 or 4 weeks ago, but she literally created a website in about 20 minutes using AI, and I'm talking the front end and the back end. It was wild how she did it. And, talk real quick about Digital Edge, because I think anybody that's interested in this, you want to be in our university because the value is there times 10 or times 100. I'm telling you, $29. Let's get real. What Reagan alone teaches you, forget all the other stuff we go over. What Reagan alone teaches you is worth thousands of dollars.
Yeah, we go over as many topics in digital marketing as we can. And I know digital marketing has a different kind of meaning these days. When you think digital marketing, you may think of a TikTok mom selling a digital marketing course on how to sell digital products, which is the digital product is the course. It's a course on how to sell a course. But I'm talking about good old digital marketing, running ads, branding yourself. So branding your company or yourself, or your business, building a website, getting traffic to that website, building a funnel. Those are the things that we go over, along with how can AI help us with these tasks. So we have built logos and branding with AI. We have built a website in 20 minutes with AI. I've actually been on the side playing around with the tool that helped me build a full stack website. It actually can build you apps. So I've been building an app for fun. There's so many different things that we go over in the digital marketing realm, but it's not going to be digital marketing, here's a course on how to sell a course and how to sell a course and how to sell a course and how to sell a course. It's digital marketing. It's good old, how do you build and brand something and then get leads to it and essentially run a business. That's kind of the topics that we go over using marketing.
Yeah, and that's every Tuesday night, guys. You get that as part of the university. And then Wednesday night, we have experts coming in on real estate and insurance and wealth management and all these other topics to help you learn to make money, help you to manage your money, help you to do all this stuff. Before we switch topics here, talk real quick about what kind of value do you see that people get that they don't have to run out and buy all these different courses? We just include it in the university.
Okay, well, I'll just be transparent. Let's talk about the courses real quick. Courses are expensive. Course can cost anywhere from, $500 to $1,200 to even more than that to the user. And it costs a lot more to even build out that course material. The people building out the course material, it takes a lot of time and a lot of money. So I would say between all of the course material that we're going to be launching, there's going to be tens of thousands of dollars worth of course material in here that you could just have access to. Along with that, the experts, Presley, myself, Bears, Julie Pitra, all these individuals that have come on have spent years being able to tell you what they tell you in a few minutes. the cost of, I've been doing marketing for 10 years. I've had to lose, I've had to pay a price. I've had to pay a price to do a good job, and I've had to pay the price of not doing a good job. I've had to pay the price of winning and failing so that I can come to you and try to get it to where you're not failing as much as I did. That's years and years and years and years of hard work being brought to the university, along with all the course material. You're getting live trainings every single week. And then you have the highest quality of individuals that you could possibly be around to do it. Individuals that support you, love you, encourage you, and keep you accountable. So whatever you're starting, you don't have to start off alone. I mean, to me, this is like priceless. Because where else, and I want to know, please comment on the YouTube, where else are you going to get that much course material? You have all of the recorded videos. Every video we've done is recorded on every single topic we've talked about. Where are you going to get experts that are sitting there and teaching you and doing it with you and answering your questions? And then where are you going to find a community of people that are pushing you, keeping you accountable, that are loving, encouraging? They're the highest quality of people ever. And then you're going to get that all wrapped into one. Where else is that happening?
Let me give you one example of this, which just happened with Reagan. She goes to a $15,000 seminar, conference.
Yeah.
$15,000 to get in this thing. Airfare, hotel, all that stuff to learn this. And then Tuesday night on Digital Edge, she is going to get on there and talk about all the stuff she learned that you get for just being part of the university, which is $29. She's spending all this money to get to this conference, to learn all this new stuff, and she will share it with you for just being a part of the university. I mean, do you start seeing the value here? I hope you do, because it's the real deal. It is the real deal. Well, why don't we wrap this one up, because we've been going a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
We actually had some more things we were going to talk about, but I'm looking down going, we already been going 30 minutes. So why don't you give them some closing thoughts on our topic today, Reagan, and then you and I may hang around, do another one.
Yeah, we might as well do another one. Yeah. That's what I love about the way that we do these podcasts is sometimes we'll have an agenda, but sometimes we just
roll with the flow,
what
baby.
Feels right. Yeah, my final closing thoughts is, you don't have the rest of your life to make it right. You have right now to make it right. And you got to be able to take action now. And if you can take action for $29, and that $29, you never know what is going to be the stepping stone into your better life. Is the $29 you get into the course and you meet one person, and that one person, helps you rebuild your credit, which helps you, get the house that you always wanted? Like, is that the one thing that's going to change your life? Is it going through one course and feeling inspired and then starting your own digital agency? Is it hopping on a Run with Winners call and learning how you can invest your money or manage your wealth properly, which unlocks other doors for you? Man, maybe you even go in and your spiritual health is changed, which is huge because we've had that. But all it takes is one, and I truly feel like anybody, no matter where you're trying to grow in life, there's opportunity in the university. We're not just a university to help you grow your business. We're a university to help you become the best possible version of yourself. And I think it needs to start today. You can't wait till tomorrow. You can't wait till next year. Some people are like, oh, I want to sign up next year. Can you imagine where you will be in 365 days if you start now?
No, amen. And, I believe this with every fiber in me, guys. You're created in the image of the God that spoke the universe into existence. You've got potential galore in you. You're amazing. You can do anything you set your mind to. You've got greatness in you. Let's do it. But it's going to take you taking some steps. If we keep doing what we're doing, we're going to keep getting what we're getting. We got to start learning and growing. And it's like I teach all the time, do your vision board, write your goals down, have direction, start growing as a person by reading some good business books and personal growth books, start watching Personal Growth Giants on YouTube, start running with winners. And the neat part of all of that is you can learn how to do all that in our university, residualearnersuniversity.com. We hope you decide to join us. Guys, I believe with all my heart there's going to be two groups of us. There's going to be the group that's glad they did, and there's going to be the group that wishes they had. We're so happy you decided to join us today, and we will be back next week with another episode of Residual Earners. Thank you, Reagan.
Thank you.